Hello everybody, it's Fufu here, and today I just thought I'd do a quick video because yesterday we heard about the new Ultra Beasts. That's UB Burst and UB Assembly. I'm going to talk about UB Burst today, but I just really like speculating about this kind of stuff, so I thought I'd do a quick video talking about my first impressions and then go into a bit more detailed speculation. Obviously we don't have much evidence to go off yet, but I'm going to use the evidence we have and the things we already know about Ultra Beasts to come up with some ideas for UB Burst. But I really want this to be a discussion, so please leave in the comment section what you think about UB Burst and what you think about my speculation. So first of all, first impressions, and what an entrance. I love how it came spinning out of a wormhole. It was so epic and it did a strong dab to finish. Also, amazing cry. I love its cry. It's really epic. I can just imagine getting into that Ultra Beast battle already. Chills. I love it. Also, really like the rainbow design and the frilliness. Definitely an ally there. And it goes super well with that creepy alien feel of the previous Ultra Beasts. It's like not quite of this world, which I thought was really great. And especially because it's kind of playing with that innocence, and it looks kind of like a lollipop and a clown. Things that kids tend to like, but actually it's like just tinged with a bit of creepiness, and it's really perturbing, which I absolutely love. I think it's done so well in certain horror things like It, Stephen King novel, really good. And also there's this really cool web series, I don't know if you know about it. It's called Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, and that blends like a kids show with creepiness. So I think the whole theme of having like a creepy thing that's like got hints towards kids, I think it's awesome. I love it so much. And one more thing to note about first impressions, I think the move animation looks amazing. I don't think that move animations normally look like that. The way it kind of panned back while the animation was playing, and then its head kind of exploded. It was amazing. Really not something that we've seen much before. Sounded like it was super effective against Decidueye, but I'm not quite sure, not really sure what the move was or how it works, but I thought it was really cool. And yeah, definitely something to think about. And then finally, just something that I thought, I saw this one shot and I was like, maybe we're looking at this Pokemon a little bit wrong, because it's got like the weird bubblegum head, or the lollipop head. But actually, is that really its head? So I don't know. Tell me what I think I'm going a bit out there with this one. I just thought it was a really funny way, and you won't be able to unsee this now. Anyways, in terms of speculation about what this Pokemon will be, what typing, what abilities and stuff. So the typing, if that move was super effective against Decidueye, that means it's probably a Dark or a Ghost move, probably a signature move for UB Burst, which would indicate that that's probably the type it's going to be. So it could be Dark or Ghost, maybe Fire, maybe Flying, I think, or maybe Ice. I think those are less likely because there doesn't seem, the elemental things are normally a bit more obvious. So with this one, I think we're considering Dark or Ghost more highly, and probably, I think, Dark. In Japanese, Dark means evil, and I can definitely see this being one of those kind of evil clown, evil like kid-related things, which so I would personally like it to be Dark. And then in terms of the secondary typing, there are a number of different possibilities here. So it could well be Fairy. It's got the frills, it's got the colours that I think would be very fitting of a fairy type. We've seen frilly fairy types before, so I think that's quite high on the list. Also normal, again, because of the frills, we see a lot of pink Pokemon like this, so it could be normal. And then some other options which are quite interesting, maybe Poison, because Burst could refer to burst mushrooms. They're a type of mushroom that grow, and like its head looks very much like a burst mushroom. So that could be like Poison, or it could even be Grass, which would be really interesting. And then also maybe Psychic. It's got that weird psychicness about it. It's hard to say what a psychic type is like, but I wouldn't be too surprised if it was Psychic also. Out of these, there are three really exciting type combinations that could come out of it. Dark Fairy, I think, would be the most anticipated one. That would be great offensive typing. Very few things would resist both the combination of Dark and Fairy, so it's really good offensive typing and decent defensive as well, but it's just a really cool thing to see. Ghost Normal is a possibility because that move was super effective against a Decidueye, meaning it could be a ghost, and then the normal typing because of the frills and things, so we could potentially see that. That's a typing I really want to see. It's good offensively and defensively, really good typing. And then maybe Poison Psychic, which is a unique typing that we haven't seen yet. So these three are all unique typings, so that's why I want to talk about them. Poison Psychic maybe because of the mushroom link there, but I think that was less likely because it wouldn't explain why that signature move would be super effective against Decidueye. The only other one thing that I want to mention about its typing is that maybe it could be a fire type, because the speculation that it's actually based off a firework as well. So though it looks kind of like a clown and a lollipop, you can kind of see a firework too, especially with its signature move as it explodes in the sky with loads of like ribbons and stuff. I don't know if it is exactly a firework, but it could well be fire that way, and therefore a fire fairy type could be seen here, which would also be a unique typing, which would be nice to see. So lots of interesting potentials for unique typings that we have not yet seen. In terms of the ability, it's going to be Beast Boost. Let's face it, it's an Ultra Beast, but that's a very good ability and that's nothing to be sad about. And then in terms of the stats, it's very hard to speculate because we don't have much at all to go on, but there are some pointers in terms of Ultra Beasts. So Ultra Beasts always have the stat total of 570, which is a very strong stat total. In terms of where those stats would go, I would anticipate it to have maybe a high special defense if it's a fairy type, or a normal type. That's generally quite common, and maybe special attack too, but due to its frilly design basically and what's gone before, we've seen Pokemon with frills generally related to special, but that's I know that that's really weak. All I'm doing is going off what we can see. But I could be completely wrong, I understand that. It could even be a physical attacker. It looks like it spins and can move quite quickly. That would be cool to see too. Or it could be both. It could have physical and special attack. By the way it spins so fast, I wouldn't think that it would be a slow Pokemon. I think it would be quite a fast Pokemon. And I would imagine it to be on the frailer side because it does look a bit flimsy. I mean, that's not necessarily the case if you think about Kartana, because it's got a massive defense stat. But it looks really flimsy. It's basically 2D, but I don't know. We'll see. The other thing about Ultra Beasts is a lot of them are min-maxed, or a lot of them have stats around or below 50. So anyway, I've got a proposed stat distribution here that you can look at. Why I've gone with this stat distribution is, as I say, stat total of 570, and also all the stats have to be prime numbers for an Ultra Beast. That's something that a lot of people don't actually know, but it's true. If you look it up, all their base stats are prime numbers. So here you can see I've given it the highest stat is special defense. Then it's got it's got pretty decent attack, special attack, and speed. And what's cool about those stats is that you can really play around with Beast Boost for an attacker Pokemon. It can be a mixed attacker, but you can ensure that the stat you want to be boosted by Beast Boost will be boosted. So I think this would be really neat to see. The HP stat isn't too bad, and with the special defense stat, you'd actually be quite bulky on the special side. But the defense stat is very low, so it would be very frail and easily revenged by any priority on the physical side. So I think that would be a really cool stat spread. I think that it would be a really cool mixed attacker, and as I say, it would be really good at abusing that Beast Boost. I'd quite like to see it like this, because I would have thought it wouldn't stay maybe in the highest tiers. We'd be able to see it get some interesting play in the lower tiers because it would be a bit frailer, but I might be wrong because the Beast Boost ability is very good. So that's just my speculation that I would really like to see. In terms of moves, again, that's maybe a step too far, but one thing I do just want to say is if it's UV Burst because of Burst Mushrooms, maybe this could be a Spore user, and that would be amazing. I've alluded to certain typings being really good offensively. Dark Fairy, Ghost Normal will be great offensively, so I'd like to see either of those with this stat distribution, because it could really abuse those offensive and speed stats. But that's all I'm going to talk about today. As I say, that is really just kind of off the top of my head with evidence and with like sticking to what Ultra Beasts are like, but I could be completely wrong. So please in the comment section let me know what you think. I want this to be a discussion, as I say, and I just think that speculation is super fun and getting excited about these new Pokemon. I can't wait to learn more, and I can't wait to find out if there are going to be even more Ultra Beasts or maybe even other things like Alolan forms, which is something that I really like. But yeah, just let me know what you think, and keep your eyes peeled for the UB assembly video, which should be coming soon. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Fufu, you've been awesome, and hopefully see you next time. Goodbye.